When the Taliban retook Afghanistan in 2021, the country was violently thrown backward. Beyond sport, school is now banned for girls after the 6th grade. Families connected to the once U.S.-supported government and military are targets.
I have nothing to hope that I can go back. That's all black. I don't want to go back. I want to go straight.
A teenager when she was forced from her home, Medina Arsh Burhani now works at the New American Association of Massachusetts in Lynn. NAM, an organization founded in 1991. Natasha Sulkin is NAM's executive director.
It was founded by volunteers coming from the former Soviet Union with the idea to help others who come along. It's been many changes since then, but the main the mission to help people integrate into the American society remains the same.
Medina helps as a translator for a group of Afghan women who take part in workshops here. Nadra Akbari and her family came to the U.S. seeking safety.
They were dangerous because her husband was in a military.
A midwife in Afghanistan, Nadra learned how to sew at NAM, part of an effort called NAM Artisans that's helping these new Americans build skills and earn money.
Because of certain gender roles, because of certain limitations, they couldn't go out by themselves and this and that. So we started thinking how to provide them with some socializing options.
We are measure it, then we are pin it.
Here handcrafting a table runner, the artisans, many who have experience making clothing, make everything from pillows and placemats to jewelry and ornaments. The items are sold at craft fairs and online.
Now we have the place that we can show our creativity and what we can do and what we can be. We are very powerful. We are not alone in this country.
We provide them with support, with emotional support. They meet in groups. They talk about the challenges of their everyday. We started financial literacy program.
Medina is doing her best to earn money for college tuition, determined to move forward. Her past is full of pain.
I lost my dad 11 years ago, and my mom was only the woman to support the family. I had 5 siblings.
Her mother worked for the government, as did her older sister. Medina only escaped the Taliban because she wasn't home when they arrived.
2 Taliban members came to my house and they killed my mom and my 2 sisters. We were moving in different houses because we were not safe in there. This is what I lost.
Now the guardian for her younger brother, Medina wants to go to school to become a nurse and credits NAM for helping her.
So I'm very thankful, I'm very grateful that I find NAM.
Connecting with the right resources can be a challenge for immigrants, but it's vital.
I have basically heard and seen, I get emotional when I think about this. I've heard the stories of immigrants and I know what they bring to this country, know what they suffer to get here.
Susan Church and Christina Aguilera are part of the leadership team at the Massachusetts Office for Refugees and Immigrants.
All they want is to work. They want to work, they want to be independent, they want to provide for their families, and they're really grateful to be here and they feel relieved to finally feel safe. I think that the challenge right now is clearly that the shelter system is completely at capacity.
Christina says while the number of new arrivals has eased some, it's important anyone coming here has a plan for housing. Susan, a former immigration attorney, says anyone seeking asylum needs an experienced asylum lawyer.
You have to establish a particular reason why you yourself were persecuted or you yourself are at risk based on characteristics that you have that can't be changed.
It is not a fast process.
I left my office with cases that had been pending for 15 years and still had not been resolved.
So what do people do?
Thankfully, you can work after 6 months.
Why wait? A lot of these people want to work right away.
That was instituted by Congress to discourage people from coming to the United States just to work.
Mamadou Ba applied for asylum and while waiting for his work permit was learning as much as possible.
I'm taking English classes, I speak French, so it's a little bit hard.
Computer programming too. This class is run by the organization Digital Ready.
It really opens up STEM pathways for youth.
For students ages 16 to 25, project manager Fatah Aden says Digital Ready offers a variety of STEM programs targeting city students and underserved populations.
As we're sitting in our computer science studio, engineering is occurring, architecture and biotech.
Here, students learn and earn high school and college credits and a stipend. In the case of Mamadou, funds are thanks to Boston's Office for Immigrant Advancement.
They're the ones helping with paying stipends, and even though they might not have work permits or anything like that, we can make it happen.
That's helping me a lot because I have to take a lawyer and everything.
Mamadou also does what he can to volunteer. Being that he's a former Olympic swimmer, he'd love to teach swim lessons. Meantime, he unofficially helps at a local mosque and a fitness center. Already trying to give back to the country he hopes to call his own.
I can volunteer officially because I don't have my social security for the background check, but I'm doing what I can do to help to be a part of the community.